Hi, this is Jolie, and thank you so much for allowing me the permission to help you work with your energy. And today is Monday, June 10th, and we're here at the beautiful Ava in Studio City. And once again, we're going to talk about the brow chakra. And this time, we're going to use a tarot spread to kind of tell us where our energy is at in the brow for today. It's sort of a sample tarot reading. And the brow chakra is located between your eyebrows, and it is your sixth chakra. And the importance of this is brain function, obviously, but there's more than just the brain function, which would be sort of like natural laws. We also have a set of spiritual laws that are governing our intuition. And once we are able to integrate this, especially from a personal level, which means our natural laws would be our boundaries, us listening to not only our physical body, but the information that comes in through our crown and populates our intuition. And so what this means is that we take some time to observe ourselves instead of being critical and judgmental about how we're behaving or the way that our life looks. This is very important because coming from a place of self-love means that we allow for ourselves to mature gracefully, that we begin to have an easier way of communicating with others, which allows for our relationships to grow. And then also we have a sexual development, which is really important when you think about setting boundaries for you and what you want in your life, especially in relationships and when it comes to your physical well-being. And so the pituitary gland is governed by the sixth chakra. And the pituitary deals with our glandular motion, the way in which our body works, our hormones, things of that nature. So it's really important that we integrate. Again, I'm using the word important because we don't think and work with our chakras enough, and they're truly the key to us understanding who we are from a very divine perspective. So when you think about how you think about yourself, how you think about others, it is a very important component into being able to balance your energy. So as we move down and we look at the tarot spread, and I told you once before, if you've seen my videos, that this is a side of severity, meaning the internal work that needs to be done. You see that, the intellect. And then this is how we behave and what we kind of will help us in the world, our actions. What do we need to do to sort of move our lives forward, which is this, aligning us with our purpose. In the past, we knew that the Fool was known as the soul card. The Magician, as above, so below. The Empress, our knowledge and wisdom, spiritual and natural law rather. This is the spiritual law and our intuition here, which is the High Priestess. So we're going to give the cards a quick shuffle, and then we are going to see what is the energy of our brow chakra today. All right. So we have the King of Swords, which is pretty good. So this, looking here, that means we have mastery over our intellect, because the swords are the intellectual knowledge, things that we learn. And it's overlaid over this Empress, which means there's a balance of the masculine and the feminine energy, and she has her sepulcher, as well as him with his sword. So there's a balance of energy here, aligning us with our purpose, and also meaning we have mastery over our thoughts. Or basically, we've learned all that we can, and now it's time for us to go into observer mode so that we can stop judging and criticizing ourselves, and we can congratulate ourselves or actually take the prize or get to where we want to go, because we are integrating our thoughts with our intuition, which is so important. Oftentimes we remain out of balance because we're caring about what society, what the rules and the laws are, we're not following them, or we're bad people. Sometimes what that's asking you to do is to apply it to yourself. Maybe you're not a morning person, but you have a job that has you waking up at 6 a.m. Well, now it's time for you to love yourself enough to say, this job isn't working for me, instead of trying to fit a round peg into a square hole is what you're trying to do. So now, moving into this energy, we want to err on the side of what is best for us, because obviously we have mastery over the rules. So that's how I would take that. So stop allowing for yourself to be beating yourself up about things, and instead say, hey, this is who I am, this is how I operate, so let me get into alignment with myself instead of society. Now, for you criminals out there, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about for those of you who are following the rules, doing everything right, and wondering why things aren't working. It's because you're not listening to yourself. Instead, you're worrying more about what other people are thinking, what other people are saying, what society is saying. Enough of that. Bring that in and allow for your intuition to guide you so that you can raise your vibration. Because you see, there's magic here in the wands, and also there's congratulatory here. So there's a gift there when you integrate your intuition as well as your knowledge. Bringing in, there's a little bit of noise here, but that's okay. Let's just move forward. It's what happens in life sometimes. You know, you have to deal with all of the negativity. So here, this is the Two of Wands, so this is great too, because what Wands is, it's the magic, and it's really awesome that it's near the Magician. So when you think about the Tarot and the spread, you have at the bottom the Pentacles, which is the material world, which we're trying to really, I guess, come up out of. Then you move into the Swords, which is the intellect, because you use your brain and your mind to sort of help you move forward. Then the Cups, which are your emotions, and we know the power of emotions. Emotions are the things of manifestation. But once you're able to control your emotions and your intellect, and you really kind of are aligned with your purpose instead of worrying about the material world, now you're doing something. So this is what is saying when you integrate your intellect. These are good cards, as well as your intuition. You have the world in your hand and you're able to make magic. You are raising your vibration, and now you're in a state of creation. And that is the whole point of the brow chakra, is to get in the state of creation, because thoughts become things. So I asked you, and me, because I'm so good at helping other people, I'm very objective, but applying these things to my life is a struggle as well. I struggle every day with this. So that's why I continue to make these videos, because I want to come out of my comfort zone. And I'm asking for you to join me by what are you thinking about yourself? What are you thinking about your life? What are you thinking about other people? If it's negative, stop, because it is infiltrating your cells, which is then giving the universe messages as to how to treat you. So I asked you today, and myself as well, to begin to really think positive thoughts about yourself, about your environment. 17 seconds a day is what Abraham and Esther Hicks says is all it takes. Your feet hit the floor, 17 seconds, seeing yourself in a good energy and a good place. Envisioning yourself reaching your goals is so very important. So thank you so much for taking the time, and you have a great rest of your week.